Hello, everybody. Hope you are having a fantastic day today. It is Friday. We've made it to the weekend pretty much. It's happy hour time. And we are hitting you here on a Friday afternoon from the Action Lab. My name is Chris, and I will be your host. We're going to be going live here for a little bit today. Not too long. We always have our Friday streams that are a little bit shorter, but I wanted to talk a lot about some big things that are happening, especially if you've been listening to our show. We have been talking a lot about NBA Top Shot. I think if you guys are sports fans out there in the world, you'll know that there are, a lot of people chirping, a lot of people talking and trying to get in on this NBA Top Shot game. So we're going to have a whole little Friday special dedicated to it. We'd usually, typically get into some different things on Fridays, usually memes, usually different things along the lines of maybe some fun, storylines, and we do our optimal prime picks of the week. Ella Cola, go Nuggets in the chat. Thank you so much. Hey, we have a All-Star in the All-Star game, a Nugget in the All-Star game that is going to be competing, and that's my boy Nikola Jokic right here. So he's going to be killing it. I think they're doing the draft, the NBA All-Star draft with LeBron and a couple other guys that are going to be jumping in and doing some big things when it comes to picking those teams. And who knows? Maybe Jokic is going to be that number one pick. Ella Cole in chat, Top Shot is blowing up. It is. Top Shot is absolutely insane right now, and it's only going to get crazier. We're, again, going to dive a lot into that, and it's going to be, Q&A for anyone who wants to hear or know anything about it. So anything top to bottom from, what it is to how to get in on it, how to get these drops, how to do all these different things. So we are going to make sure that you have all the information you need. I was able to get in on the ground level of this early on, and I was able to do a lot of fun things with it so far. So I have a little bit of insight into all of it. So I can't wait to share all of that with you. But yeah, so typically we have a lot different Friday show than we typically do today. So we are live. We're multi-streaming on 3 different platforms. We have Facebook, we have YouTube, and we have obviously Twitch. So we're going to be on all of these platforms. So tell your friends, anyone who's interested, to jump in, have some fun with us. Send us your questions in the chat. We'll be popping those up throughout the course of the stream to make sure that we get all of your questions, comments, insights, anything you want answered, and we'll take good care of you. So, it's going to be a fun weekend. There's a lot of things happening. Again, NBA All-Star Weekend is upon us. So, in case you don't know, I'm a big Denver fan. I'm born and raised in Colorado, so love all my Nuggets, love all my Broncos, Rockies, Avs, you name it. And there's a lot of fun things happening with all those teams. The Avs are going to be one of the top teams in the NHL competing for that Stanley Cup. Raymond Rivera, thanks for the follow. Appreciate it on the Facebook chat. Thank you so much. Means a lot. Glad to have you part of the Action Lab as a lab rat. Appreciate it. TopShot. We want to dive into some TopShot here. And for all of you guys that don't know, there's a big craze this year. So cryptocurrency. I know a lot of you have heard of Bitcoin. I know a lot of you have heard of Ethereum and some of these other things, which obviously is taking over. It's one of those big deals of if you're trying to get rich quick and you got to get in on all the trends early on and everything else. Well, NBA TopShot is kind of being a part of this too. There's some non-fundable tokens. NFTs are going to be the big thing. Ellicole in the chat, lab rat. Yes, lab rats. We have names for them, and we're going to be all the lab rats. We're by the way, just side note, we're having some special things made up, special little like alerts and little icons and things that are going to be popping up here. Those are actually in development. So whenever you guys start, chatting and following and subscribing and all these things, as we get bigger and bigger, we're going to have a lot of fun things associated with that. So keep your eyes out for that. But so back to TopShot. So Ethereum, Bitcoin, all that stuff. It's all part of a blockchain, which means there's ways that you can go and purchase these things, these items, whatever they may be, digital items that are only created at a certain point for a certain amount of, maybe items. So basketball cards is the first thing that's kind of been a collector's item that's come out to where, this has been a trial run for, that's made it as big as it is. So as an example, NBA TopShot is pretty much basketball cards from the NBA that's officially licensed that you can go in and purchase and do various things with. So there's different tiers. There's common, rare, and legendary tiers here. And all of these moments, if you want to kind of associate those with cards, like basketball cards, collectibles, can be bought, traded, sold, and they're all part of your little collection. So, for example, let's go into this marketplace here and kind of show you exactly what that looks like. Now, NBA TopShot, let's see if this opens up here. There's various listings, and you can buy these. These are capped off, right? Some of these can be capped off. Some of them can be continue to be made. And from there, you can go in and, purchase these accordingly. And it's a moment. So, for instance, we have some here. Let me go ahead. For some reason, my internet's a little bit slow today, so bear with me here. So this moment, Rui Hachimura right here. He is a player for Washington, and he is this is like the equivalent of a card, like a basketball card or whatever. Now, of these, there's only a certain amount that are made. So, to give you a little bit of background, there's limited edition sets, and then there's common collector sets that are continuously being made on the blockchain. So, how that works is anything that's limited edition, like right here, the count is final. So there will never be more than 8,888 of these. Now, same thing goes for these others. So the CC here, designation, the count may change. That means they could create more. And by they, I mean the owners of TopShot, the people that have created this blockchain. Those are the people that are going to be continuously making these moments. So with that cap of some of these, there's a lot of rarity that goes into these. So there's a specific amount, and you want to get a hold of those as a collector if you're wanting to potentially hold on to them, let their value grow, much like you would a basketball card, right? So some of these are very expensive. So this one right here, there's only 99 of these limited edition ever made. That means this number will never change. There's only 99, and there's a scarcity there, right? So that's why you see some of these listings to buy these are 3,939 is the lowest ask for this, and they go up from there on 21 listings. So as far as this goes, it's a new thing. I know it's kind of strange to put into context like what this really means to people who don't really know what these NFTs really are. And, you have a lot of big names. So not only the NBA stars tweeting about this, there's a partnership with the NBA. There are also big names in the just financial world, the business world. So far, Mark Cuban is one of those people that is talking a lot about these. You have Gary Vee. He's a big influential person when it comes to social media and market trends and things along those lines. He is also very influential with all of this, and he's a big card collector in general, but he's also a big collector of, he's just really big on trends and knowing where the world's going. Now, Mark Cuban has mentioned, and so has a couple other people, that this doesn't just limit itself to sports world. I mean, this could be art. You saw today, actually, there was a new album that was dropped. The first album that's like this, the NFT album for Kings of Leon was dropped today, and that was a big deal. Now, there's availability for like 2 weeks where people can go in and buy these albums. And that's kind of like an ownership thing. You own this album, much like, a lot of this world is doing a lot of like music streaming now. Streaming like through Spotify, through Amazon Music, Apple Music, all these different platforms. Now, with this, you can own it. So, you don't own those streams. You don't own the music or the files. You could listen to them. But if you wanted to buy this, for 2 weeks, you have the availability to buy this. And then that's it. They're capped. So there won't be any more of these created. From there, you can sell them after these 2 weeks are over to people, who may have wanted to get a hold of these and own a collector's item for various artists or whatever that may be. So if you wanted to get on that Kings of Leon, you can go in and buy that album and hold on to it. Maybe it turns into value. Now, from a collector standpoint, anything that's the first of anything that's made is going to have some value, I would think. So if you're able to get in on that in the next week and a half or 2 weeks, jump in on that and see what that's all about. But it's crazy how this world has been evolving, and a lot of market and business minds have said that NFTs are going to be a commonplace for the entire world coming up soon. And NBA TopShot is just on the forefront of that. This is the biggest release and biggest hype for NFTs because of what it entails. And there's a collector's aspect, right? So you're getting in, basketball cards in general, like the actual basketball cards are at an all-time high. They've come back from the dead. They kind of went away for a little bit. Now there's a lot of collectors. You can't go. My buddy, one of my friends, ended up going to Walmart to try to pick up a basketball pack, and he wasn't able to get one because of the hype around basketball cards and opening. You go on to different streams and YouTube videos of pack openings and things going on with all that, and that's crazy. So this was kind of a perfect storm. The fact that, NFTs are kind of up and coming, mixed with the collector's world of sports cards, mixed with Bitcoin and the hype around Bitcoin. You won't see a lot like this when it comes to like everything kind of coming together at the exact same time and being a big deal. Now, this is still in its infancy. NBA TopShot is just started in October. I think was when they first released this. So October 2020, and now it's kind of grown to be this big monster. I believe they had a different blog article that they released. So NBA TopShot has in on these. Early on, they were posting that they were selling these moments here. There was a LeBron James that I think sold for $100,000. And there was also just all this hype around, the marketplace. There is actually, this is kind of a little insider's piece, but evaluate.market is a new website for NBA TopShot that you can go and check out what's going on. So I use this as a tool. It's still in its beta phase. It seems to be pretty reliable, but it kind of depends on, some of the other aspects of some of the drops and things that they got going. But and give me 1 second here. All right. So today alone, and they've been doing pack drops today, there has been on the marketplace over $1,689,000 in sales. And that's people actually spending hard-earned money on these moments to get in and get on the ground level of this hype. So pretty interesting stuff. So these moments, again, you can buy these. So as far as if you're new to this and you're trying to figure out a way to get yourself in on the action, you can do so by buying some moments on the marketplace. And you can do that through as low as $15. So here's the current market here. Let me zoom in a little bit for you guys. $15 is what it takes to get in. There's different series. So you'll notice Series 2 is currently being released at the moment. Series 1 has already been released, and so a lot of those are already out there in the world. But as far as these go, these are all going to have value at some point. Depending on the player, there's a lot of factors that go into this. But a lot of fun when it comes to if you're a collector. I mean, I was talking to a lot of people about this offline where I've always been kind of a collector. I've always understood, what is valuable and what, to kind of go for here when it comes to different things. So, Beanie Babies. I know there's a lot of collectors out there that, collected Beanie Babies in the 90s. I have a tub full of them downstairs, and they're just kind of sitting there, not really doing too much with not doing too much for me, but there's not really a demand for those, right? As far as the demand, that's what's driving a lot of this. So when I first started, when I heard about this, my brother-in-law actually is super into crypto, into all of the different Ethereum, Bitcoin, all that stuff. He's been researching this with a lot of his coworkers and friends and trying to figure out, how to get ahead of everything, try to be on the forefront of things when it comes to all of that. So he messaged me at one point and was just saying, hey, check this out. You're a big basketball guy. See about checking on this NBA TopShot. It's a new thing. Buy some packs, see what happens. I'm like, I don't even know what any of this is. So I go in and I buy, a couple packs. They're just, the general common packs that are available. And they end up, being like, what, $9, I think, when they first started. So it was pretty fun to just kind of see some of that. And I don't know. It was nice to see it, but I just didn't understand. I didn't know where it was going. So, a couple other pack drops, some rare pack drops that, I spent a couple dollars on, and I got into this with actually a coworker of mine. Kind of told him about it to try to. It was almost like a safety blanket. It was, if I'm being honest, I really didn't know, and I wanted someone else to jump in and kind of let me know if like there was something that I wasn't seeing that is kind of weird with all this stuff, and he was all about it. He got into the NBA, and he's always liked it. And so he was like, let's both give it a try and see what happens. And now we've kind of have a joint venture with all this, which is kind of fun. But back then you could buy packs anytime you wanted. They were always available on the website. You can buy them. There's thousands and thousands of them just sitting there ready to be bought. Same thing. You could buy 5 at a time if you wanted to. You could go crazy with it. There was no demand early on. And then things started shifting. Things started shifting to more of a popularity of what was going on with some of these bigger moments, like the LeBrons and the Zion Williamsons. And before you know it, you can't find packs online at all. Over the course of the last few pack drops, there have been over 500,000, 500,000 people that have been trying to get 10,000 packs. And that's kind of what's been, trending over the course of, all of this. NBA has been pushing it. It's been a big revenue booster. This could be potentially one of the biggest revenue boosters for the NBA that they've had in a long, long time. And for a fact that Adam Silver is absolutely loving it, commissioner of the NBA. When they signed off on this partnership deal to do this with TopShot, when it comes to the licensing of these moments, they are going to be huge revenue generators for here on out. So again, there was 2 pack drops today. So there was one pack drop today that was around 60,000 packs that were released. I was in on that, and I didn't get one. I think of myself and my inner NBA TopShot circle, I think only one other person ended up getting a pack today, which was unfortunate. There's 2 more rounds today, so if you're new to this, I don't know if they're still allowing current logins, but you can go in and try to get in on these pack drops and try to get something fun. I mean, they're NBA All-Star weekend packs, so that means there's NBA All-Stars in those, which can be super valuable if you open them. A lot of times you open up these packs and you can get probably 2 or 3x value every time you open up a pack, which is kind of fun. And you just don't know what you're going to get. There's a gambling aspect. I'm a big gambler, so I within reason, obviously, if my wife is watching, within reason. But there's a collector's, a gambling aspect, a investment aspect. You mix all of these things into one big ball, and it's really addicting once you get in on this. And you can see how your moments are trending based off of like the lowest asking price, as you're seeing on the screen now. You could buy this J. Michael Green here, the Denver Nuggets, for $16, and in a couple weeks it could be up to $30. And it's like, wow, okay, maybe I can sell it for 30, or maybe I can hold on to it. And all of this is so new. It's in its infancy. It's brand spanking new for most people. And I think the biggest barrier is trying to figure out, what it really is. My father-in-law, he's into, the Bitcoin because my brother-in-law got him into it. And, he still doesn't really understand Bitcoin, but he knows it made him a lot of money. So that's kind of like the common denominator. Same thing with this a little bit. So, you don't really know what it is until you start making a little bit of money on these. I've successfully sold moments, some of my moments that I've opened in packs through the marketplace. Me and my partner have, we've had sales up to, I think our largest sale was $1,200 on one moment that we had this past week, which, we've been kind of reinvesting and doing some different strategies when it comes to all of that. And it's been fun. It's been a lot of fun to buy low, sell high. I think don't know how this translates, but the closest thing I've encountered with this is like day trading for stocks. I don't understand stocks. I don't understand, buying and trading and the ups and downs and how much you have to track all of this stuff, because it is a little bit crazy to try to like spend an entire day, especially if you have a day job, right? Doing a lot of day trading, but there's this gambling and excitement aspect that has flowed into this NBA Top Shot, and it's been definitely an eye-opening experience for me to see how all of this unfolds. As far as some of the these are some of the lowest asking prices. So if you wanted to jump in on these, there's a lot here that you could just some of these down here, these 15,000s ever made. They're capped. So that means there'll never, ever be more than these of this moment, of this Otto Porter Jr., Ish Smith, TJ McConnell. So, PD Nix, you got your pack today. Nice. Now, you're going to you got to let me know what you get in there. PD, actually, I'm going to give you guys a little secret. PD is actually my brother-in-law and co-host for this show. So he got his pack already. He's the only one I alluded to earlier that got his pack. So we may be doing this. Let me know on stream if you want to just jump in and open that on stream at some point, because I think that could be a lot of fun. We have our Sunday show, so maybe we can get a pack open on Sunday. But I'm still trying to get my pack, so that's going to happen hopefully later tonight. But hopefully you get a Zion or a LeBron or someone along those lines, because instantly you're going to have value. And I think with these big names, especially the All-Star, this is a great pack to get in on, because you have the Lukas, the LeBrons, the different things. So the big names, the Jokic, the you name it, all the top stars in the league. Obviously, they're voted to the NBA All-Star Game, and obviously they're part of these drops. So, if you'll notice here, if I go to the highest asking on the marketplace, you'll notice that they're all the All-Stars: Ja Morant, LeBron James, Zion Williamson, and this isn't a misprint. These are moments that are going for almost $250,000 right now. These are absolutely blowing up, and people are spending money on these. So it's it's crazy. PD, should I hold off for the Sunday show? Don't know if I can today. No, we're gonna hold off for the Sunday show, because I'm gonna try to get one either tomorrow or tonight. So that way we can open all these together and we'll be in good shape. So that'll be our goal here. Yes. So Sunday. And for all you guys that are watching, thanks for being a part of this. Come back Sunday, and hopefully we all have packs for you guys to check out. You can kind of get an example of what it's like to open up a pack, and it's exactly like you would expect. Opening up a pack of cards. There's, you just don't know what's inside, and then you kind of have this reveal, and it's fantastic, and it's amazing. So you can really have one of those fun like feelings when you open up something that's super, super amazing. You'll also notice too, of these serial numbers, obviously these are some of the highest serial numbers here. The higher the serial number, there's some little intricacies, by the way. The higher the serial number, the higher the price of some of these moments. So if you get the number 1 out of 59 here on the LeBron James, it's going to be worth more than number 59 out of 59. So that's an option. If you get number 23, jersey numbers, for whatever reason, are kind of a big thing. So if I get a LeBron James number 23 on anything, a common card, a legendary card, a rare card, those blow up. So you could only imagine getting a Zion Williamson number 1, and it just amplifies even bigger, right? Because there's so much that there's so much that's going on with that there's a reason why, and again, some of these are absolutely insane. You know, as far as the 3 asking prices for sale on this one, there's nothing below $200,000, which, you know, it's insane. It's crazy to me. Now, if you're looking at the sales history, here are some of the things, and everything is public with this, which kind of makes it more fun too. You can see where these moments are coming from, who's buying them, which screen names. It's all out in the open. So with this, you can see that this user, Brasky here, bought number 46 serial number for $55,000. So for $55,000, that was probably a steal, given the fact that now he's making at least 20. The lowest asking price is $210,000 here. So that's kind of like that give and take, buy low, sell high. Now I'm sure he probably bought that early on when prices were a lot lower. But things have definitely shifted a little bit, and the market goes up and down. It's kind of like the stock market. It could have a big week, and it could be exploding one week, and all the prices are going up, and then there could be a week where prices are going down, and you have to account for that as well. So that's always something to keep in mind as well. A lot of times too, there are active challenges. So another thing that makes this really fun are challenges. Now, with these, you can complete these challenges and get a special moment that is not available in packs. So, for instance, let's say I wanted this James Harden moment here. In order to get this moment, you have a time frame of when you need to collect these moments and a list of moments that are available that you should that you have to have by the end of this clock countdown to get that moment. So some of these are a lot harder to get than others, based off of the fact that they're like legendary or rare drops or something along those lines. But it's possible. You can go out and you can buy these in the marketplace and scoop them all up and try to get it. So there's some incentives and some fun things there when it comes to kind of completing these achievements or challenges, so to speak. Now, these, again, are a little bit harder to come by. Another thing that they have in this is what they call showcases, community showcases. So you can take your moments and showcase them to other people in the community, other people in the TopShot world. And you can get people to like and share your moments with other people if you have like some really, really fun things going. Now, showcases, you can build your own or you can see other people's showcases. For some reason, I think there might be some issues with their website, because right now their community showcases and their popular showcases aren't populating. It might be because they have a pack drop happening as we speak, and they have like certain things disabled. So that's why that's not probably available. But you'll see signups are disabled during this. Here's a featured showcase here. Let's see if this pops up. So here's an example of a showcase. And this is, it looks like actually Bogdan Bogdanovic, who is an actual NBA player, has one of these showcases, and he put together his top plays and showcases that he owns. And then you can just watch these, and they can, it puts together in a little like presentation, which is kind of fun. We'll see if it loads here. But yeah, so there's some different fun things that translate to kind of getting involved with other people, getting your friends in, and trading. And trading is still one of those things that it's not officially like a trading thing yet, but as far as it goes, it's something you can share with other people. You can give and gift moments to other people. You can sell packs eventually. There's going to be a place where you can end up selling some of these packs that are unopened, which those can contain a lot of value if you have like a legendary pack or a rare pack from Series 1 or something. Who knows? So there's a lot of different aspects of this that make this really fun for everyone involved to share with your friends or other people that are going to be jumping into this craze and this hype. So here you got a little Jason Tatum 3-pointer here from early on. Then it shifts over to Bogdanovic assist here, which they're fun to see. If you're an NBA fan, I've always been a fan of the NBA, which is why I've really gravitated to this more so than anything else. Like Bitcoin, yeah, I invested a little bit in Bitcoin, but I'm not excited as much as everyone else is about Bitcoin. Currencies, I'm more so just like, yeah, I treat it as an investment like I do with any of like my stock portfolio that my financial advisor kind of helps me with. Like, I don't really see any of that. I just let it sit and it just does its own thing, and that's all I need to worry about, right? But as far as this goes, when you have people who or when you have something that you're interested in, much like sports or NBA in my case, this really calls out to me because I really gravitate towards collectibles and all of this stuff. So that's what makes this a lot more fun for me and why I've gotten into the hype more so than I've probably thought I would. And it's been a lot of fun. So again, this is something that's going to eventually be spreading to a lot of other industries. So let's say you're an art person and you love to, own special pieces of art that are just one of ones or two of twos. But you're just never able to afford some of those big priced items, or you're not able to, get your hands and put that actual piece of art on your wall. It can be something you buy online with, an NFT where there's only a couple available. You don't have to ever worry about it to be, destroyed or stolen or anything, because there's a lot of, securities around NFTs and cryptocurrencies. They're very similar. So, I mean, once you own these things, you own them. And this is something that's in the future that I've heard stories about, but taking like your phone with like a piece of artwork or a piece of video and displaying it up on your wall is something that I've heard as a capability eventually that will make all of this even more valuable, because that's how you can share things. And, instead of, hey, check out my phone, look at this video on my phone or this piece of artwork that I have, there's going to be new ways to create artwork and create things that you can display for people other than yourself. And it's going to be a lot of fun to see where this ends up evolving into. But yeah, let me know if you guys have any questions in the chat, or if you're watching on YouTube, if you're watching on Facebook, if you're watching, in any of these various platforms, Twitch, let me know what your questions you have. Again, I've been in the marketplace. I've been in the TopShot game for over, I would say, 2.5 months up until this point. So it's still pretty new. And the fact that it's grown this much in this short period of time is absolutely insane, and it's only going to be growing more and more. Just a heads up on this, though, where this is the Seeing Stars pack is what's available today. So, as far as this goes, this will be inspired by the 2021 NBA various players from all of the different All-Star selections. So James Harden, Devin Booker, Nikola Jokic, LeBron James, all these guys are going to be available in these packs. And again, these will be available again tonight at 5 p.m. I want to say zone. They're that West Coast style. They got the Silicon Valley feel to it, right? With all these new technology pieces and this and that. So we're on Pacific time with their schedule. So I think it's 5 p.m. Pacific time. Mountain time, it's 6 o'clock p.m. for us when these end up getting dropped again. So I will definitely be in line for that. so I can catch up to Scott, my co-host, who already picked up his pack this morning. So there's a lot of fun things with this as well. Yeah, so let me know what you guys have for me. If you guys have any questions in any of our platforms that we're streaming to live right now, would love to hear what you have to say. As far as some of the marketplace goes and some of the past packs, there's been a lot that has been released up until this point, but that doesn't mean it's too late for you guys to get in on all of this, because I was actually talking with my partner who I own a lot of these moments with, and he was mentioning the fact that there are this hasn't even gotten to China yet. China's a big NBA country, and they actually have more NBA fans than most of the population of the United States, which is kind of put it in perspective for me too. So, when you're looking at some of the marketplace trends and you're seeing some of these, so you'll notice some of these moments are at 10,000 here. And here's actually some drops from today's packs, which I haven't even seen yet. I haven't even looked at these. These have just been dropped, and these have just been put on the market. So this is actually interesting for me to see some of these listings already and where they're kind of falling. So we have a Jokic, we have a Chris Paul, Zach LaVine, Julius Randle. So these are LEs out of 10,000. So only 10,000 of these will be made for each of these players. So that being said, once this expands worldwide, especially to other countries, this will be something that will grow and grow, and you won't necessarily see these numbers of 10,000, even though it looks big now. It's not going to stay that way. Let's just put it that way. You're going to start seeing these in the hundreds of thousands, limited edition, which is why I think currently it's the best time to still get in on these. Now, you don't need to go out and spend $150, $100 on a moment if you're just getting going, and if you don't have the means to. This is just something that is a lot of fun. A lot of people, I think, tend to see this as a get rich quick, and part of it is there's a little bit of what this could be, but you got to enjoy what you're doing first. As far as all of these moments go, is it fun to see that your moment skyrocket and make a ton of money and be able to sell it for $20,000? Sure. But is it cool to just own something that no one else has, that you really enjoy if you're a big basketball fan, or you're a fan of this certain player, or that's also a fun aspect of this too. So if you're going to get into this, I think that's going to be your main mindset, as opposed to, I would say, the 75% of the people out there that are trying to get rich instantly with all of this. So I think that's going to be, strategy wise, have fun with it. Now the lowest asks, again, you can find moments for, let's see, $8. Looks like there's only 9 listings of this right here. And it's only $8, $11 here. So there are different moments that you can get for super cheap that, it's not going to cost you an arm and a leg, and you have a little piece of, the game, right? A little piece of history, a little piece of collectibles that will be a lot of fun. Another thing too, there's not a big barrier with this. I was attempting to buy the album earlier for the Kings of Leon. They dubbed their NFT album online, and it's the first one ever to do so. So obviously, I'm into buying, and seeing what that turns into, right? But there was a lot of hoops to jump through when it came to opening an Ethereum wallet and trying to do all that. There's a lot of barriers, whereas this is very straightforward. You can use, a card to buy a pack, and, just like you would normally any other purchase, and you can have some fun with it. It's not going to be something where it's going to take you an entire afternoon to jump in and create an account and buy Ethereum and go through all the process of the security and this and that. This is pretty straightforward. You create an account, you buy something, it's yours, and it's in your account. So You could buy it, you could sell it, you could place it on the marketplace, and it is just available for you anytime. So that's what's fun about all of this. So I would suggest, if you're a fan of any of the NBA, anything that's going on with NFTs, even if you're just like you want to dip your finger in the water, this is a way to do it. And who knows? It could be like this market could change drastically over the course of the next year, even. Kind of like Bitcoin. Everyone's saying Bitcoin's going to blow up. It's going to be in the, hundreds of thousands by the end of the year, conservatively, and this and that. Like, sure, yeah, that's fine. But I think that growth is what everyone's like just shocked over, the fact that it's grown as fast as it has, much like this. I think even this is growing faster than the Bitcoin and the Ethereum train. So this is something that take advantage while you can. This will, I think, be more. This company grew so fast, right? This company grew to a point where they couldn't handle, their website was crashing left and right. They had so many people jumping in and trying to buy moments and buy packs and everything else. And they weren't ready for it because they didn't know exactly the hype that was going to be surrounding this. And pieces in place now. They're still having some issues. They were the drop this morning was actually supposed to happen last night. And then they ended up not having it because they had some technical issues or they wanted to push things back, which has been a trend over the course of the last month and a half, 2 months with anything they've put out because of the demand. There's so much demand and there's little product. There's little, supply when it comes to that, which is what's driving up all these prices. So their goal, though, NBA Top Shot's goal is to make sure that everyone has availability to get their hands on moments. And they've been doing that. They recently had a drop where it was anybody who was in line got a pack no matter what. That drop lasted all day because there was so many people jumping in on it. But as far as that goes, it's definitely on their mind to make sure that everyone has a chance, and this ends up being something that people can enjoy, even if you can only get your hands on one or two of these. So my recommendation is go through the marketplace and check out to see some of these for $9, $8, even these out of 35,000s. Once this goes worldwide to other countries and it's supported across all countries, it's going to be big. So it's going to be way, way bigger than just 35,000 on some of these caps here. Now, again, the count on these may change. So if you see in these CCs here, that means this could end up being higher until they decide to not make those anymore. But if you go in here and you see this limited edition, that means there's no more that can be made. 15,000 is the cap, and that's all that's available. So, buying up those, JaMychal Green, Ish Smith, some of these others here, these guys, good value, right? $16 to jump in on these, and you could potentially be doubling or tripling your money, and you could just hold on to these because of the fact that there's only going to be 15,000 of these. So that's another way to look at this if you're starting your collection now. And then also target rookies. Anytime you want to target rookies, anytime you want to target, just any kind of all-stars, those are the ones that are going to keep maintaining their value. Like if you look at Michael Jordan cards and you look at all these different, big time basketball cards, baseball cards, football cards, it's the stars that continue to maintain their value unless there's like something like really unique about it, right? Unless there's like a misprint or unless there's something along those lines. So as far as that goes, keep that in mind if you're from a collector standpoint from that side of things. I think it's good to find some value in trying to buy up some players who you think will be better over the course of their career. Let's say you think Jarrett Culver is going to end up blowing up and being one of the best players in the NBA. Buying him for $17 right now is definitely going to be a value for you if you think he's going to, if you're really knowledgeable about the NBA and you think he's going to be an all-star, he's going to be a stud, get him and see that value rise. That'll be a lot of fun. And then you can have like those told you so moments like, hey, see, I bought him at this date when I knew he was going to be big, and now look at it. And, a thing with this too, there's arguments of like, oh, well, there's collector cards, or, oh, I could just find a YouTube video. When in the argument for the collector cards is, with collector cards, they're great, but in order to get them sold and to, get some value out of them, let's say you want to resell them, to get the real value, you have to take your cards, you have to make sure they're in good shape, you have to package them up, you have to send them to PSA or some sort of grading website. Then they have to take a look at it, send it back to you with the grade, and then it's just tedious. And for me, it just as a collector, and I have a bunch of cards sitting here actually. Like, I have some LeBron James rookies and Kevin Durant rookie just sitting here, and I would love to get these graded. These would be awesome, but I don't want to pay $25 per card to send them in and go through that whole process and do everything I need to do, because there's just too many steps and too much money that I need to put into it to go through all that. With NBA TopShot, once you own it, you can buy it and sell it instantly. There are times where I put up a moment for sale on this marketplace here, and it sells within a couple days, and I don't even realize that it's sold, but I have that money in my account, and I could use that to buy more moments, right? So that's kind of the barrier when it comes to you're eliminating all those extra steps from, a standpoint of not having to jump through all those hoops. But then on the other end, people who are saying, oh, well, I could just look up a YouTube video, or I can, well, yeah, like, you can, anyone can do that. So if I have a Kobe Bryant rookie card, tangible rookie card that's worth, $100, and I print out a picture of Kobe Bryant as a rookie, one of them has value, one of them doesn't. So there's that argument when it comes to, owning something and trying to figure out, what, that value truly is to own something that's, specific to whether it's a sports card or whether it's NBA TopShot. There's more value associated with those items than if you were to just go online and just find these images or videos yourself and just watch them. So you can't do anything with those. You can't sell them. You can't buy them. You can't own them. Here you can do those things, which gives a little that's the whole point of this, right? To have ownership of something, of a collectible, of something that's out there. So definitely, it's definitely an interesting industry. I've really let me know what your questions are. I know we've had some people watching on Facebook and shooting over some likes and different emotes on Facebook. I know we've had a couple people chatting in the Twitch stream. I don't know if there's anyone watching on our YouTube channel currently, but if you're here and you have any questions on this, shoot them my way. I would love to answer those. Anything you need, I am here. So I'm on YouTube to make sure that anyone who wants to reference this or just forward this to their friends, they can, who might be interested in doing some of these things. So as far as this goes, yeah, there's a lot here. It is a lot of fun to see some of these. Let's take a look at some of these new drops, though, since they have been up in today. I'm curious to see what these are. So we're gonna go ahead and take a look, and you can sort these in different ways too. So as far as the sets and series, you can take a look and see what set is available. And so the Seeing Stars Series 2, this is what we're going to be looking at here. Now, let's close this filter out. So here's everything that's been listed so far. So let's look at the lowest ask And we're going to start from the very, very top, the ascending. So or descending, I should say. So we're coming from the top to the bottom, not like Drake going to the bottom to the top. Now we're here. That was awful. Right now, currently, the highest price moment, if you were to open up a pack, that's you spend $14, right? Currently, $14 is the price of these drops. Right now, the moment that's worth the most is this Luka Doncic right here. Luka Doncic, $550, which means if you were to buy a $14 pack, you would be able to see that moment right there is worth $550 straight out of the pack based off of what's on the market. Kyle Branson in the YouTube chat. I am new to NBA shot, but TopShot, but I got a number 305 out of 35,000 Jason Tatum assists today. Is that really good? Yeah, I would say you're definitely on the high end, especially with 35,000 as the cap. Number 305 is going to go for quite a bit. I mean, if you're looking at the percentage on how far ahead of you you are, more so than all of these others, you are way ahead. So, as far as if there's an average price and you see those in the marketplace, let's see. So, for instance, here, there's going to be outliers, by the way, on all ends. There's going to be lows, there's going to be highs. So, for instance, this Luka Doncic, we're going to shoot in here. Obviously, you have the higher the serial number, just so everyone knows, the higher you can ask generally for these moments. So you'll notice for this Luka, number 670 has this listed as $25,000. There's no way anyone's ever going to pay $25,000. This guy's delusional. So is number 749. So are all these. Number 85 here is selling it for $2,300. That could be an option that we'll see. We don't know what the market's going to come out to. So after these packs drop, I usually like to give it 2 to 3 weeks to try to settle out to see where the market is, because that's when you can start seeing, all right, some of these towards the top start, coming down to a certain price point, the average. When there's not that many listings, you can average them together and see kind of where the middle of the road is. So you can match that middle of the road with, how many listings or how many serial numbers there are. So that is helpful. But Kyle, for 305 out of 35,000, I think you're going to be able to ask a lot more for that Jason Tatum than you were if you were to have 1,000 or 1,500 or the 2,000s, anything lower. So, congrats, by the way. First of all, congrats on getting a pack. Second of all, congrats on getting number 305, because that's a heck of a serial number to pull on that one. So big ups to you. What else did you get on that pack? Let me know. And anyone else who was able to get a pack, throw what you got in there. I'm curious to see what you guys pulled. I'm still looking for my pack. I missed out on the queue this morning, so I am trying to jump back in and get that. So, but as far as some of these others go, you got James Harden here, 490. Zach LaVine asking 450, 400. So it's actually surprising that Zion's as low as he is, depending on what serial number you have. So PD Nix in the chat, same Tatum card going for 900. So Kyle. So as far as that goes, and around the same serial number. So yeah, let's go ahead. Let's take a look at this actually. Jason Tatum. Yeah, $319 going for $900 there for you, Kyle. So that's the initial here. Number 77 obviously is going for $800. So that's more of a value if you're going to be buying one of these. Then that's why they're these numbers are ridiculously all over the place right after a pack drop. So give it a couple weeks. You'll start to see where your value truly is, and then from there, you'll kind of get an idea. Kyle, really appreciate it. Jaylen Brown, 9,000 out of let's see, what is that? 9,000 out of 10,000, I think you wanted to say. And Drew Holiday, 14,000, 1,400 out of 35,000 plus. So yeah, so you got some nice pools there. Yeah, the 9,000, again, they're going to be okay for you. I think those are the fact that you got some moments is even better though, because you paid $14 for a pack, and you're getting immediate value right off the top. So, man, that Jason Tatum though, I'm jealous. I hope I can get something close to that when I go in and buy a pack. Kyle, make sure you're following, make sure that you're jumping on with us, and we're gonna have more TopShot stuff coming up, over the course of the next couple weeks as these drops keep happening. So they've been hitting us with a lot of drops over the course of this last week. Sometimes they've been sporadic, where they you don't see a drop for 2-3 weeks, and then all of a sudden they've hit us with not only these, but they're saying that they're going to potentially be putting out more basic packs coming up soon. So that's going to be another piece of the puzzle that, you'll be wanting to keep an eye on. That's the thing with the packs. You don't know when they're dropping, like the basic packs. Those are kind of random. They do those periodically and without necessarily a heads up. They won't email you. They won't really give you anything. If you're following the Discord, one of the things about the NBA TopShot community is the Discord server. If you haven't joined, it's a mess, but there's a decent community where you can get a good feel for what's going on in the world of NBA TopShot. So I would recommend checking that out if you have a chance. There's a lot of trolls and a lot of people in there, but there are some really good accounts and different things going on in there as well that give you some really valuable information. Plus, all of the NBA TopShot news and updates and announcements and everything else are all in there as well. So you might be able to get a little insight into some of those regular pack drops. But as far as the big ones, like the rare pack drops and these kind of promotional pack drops, you usually have a heads up before they happen, which is great. So that's what gives you a little bit more of a idea so you can prepare. I'm telling you, I've had some times where, and it's going to happen tonight. I'm taking my wife out for her birthday dinner, and it's at 6:00 tonight, which is exactly when the pack drop is. Now she knows how much these are as far as like what this could potentially turn into. So fingers crossed she's not super upset with me having my phone under the table, seeing what spot I get in line. But she was helping me out today on this first drop too. So when I wasn't able to jump in and necessarily be a part of it. So, hey, it's why she's great. It's why I love her. But yeah, so good stuff here on this Jason Tatum. I'm really jacked up for it. It's not even mine. Kyle, it's yours, and I'm just like super excited about it. But let's go ahead. Let me just take another quick look here and see what else is being ironed out when it comes to some of these other moments, because I was a little shocked to see that Zion was as low as he was, below like a Zach LaVine and even maybe a Kyrie, because those two, as far as long term, I think Zion definitely has a little bit more of a value associated with him, more so than those other two. You have Giannis, Joel Embiid, Donovan Mitchell. So that's keep in mind too. We were just talking about Kyle's Jason Tatum. Even though the lowest ask is 250, based off of his serial number, it's kind of deceiving. He actually has one that's worth close to $900 currently at the moment. That could change, obviously, with the market going up and down based off of supply and demand and, who gets what and what's out there. So that's always something that you have to keep in mind. I completed one challenge early on when this first NBA TopShot first started. It was one of the season tip-off challenges, and I got a Zion Williamson as a reward. And, that one is absolutely insane. I think it's worth close to $9,000 at the moment. But since we have a higher serial number, it could be worth like 11,000 or 12,000. It's out of 219, I want to say, potentially. And I have, I think, the mid 100s. So I could ask a little bit more for it. But keep that in mind with these lowest asks. Another thing that I always like to just give a heads up to is the fact that even though these can be valuable, and just as just a disclaimer, there is a lot of demand. But even though these are valuable, just because your moment might be going for $20,000 doesn't mean it's going to sell for $20,000. That's a lot of money for a lot of people to spend. So you can be hyped about it, you can get excited about it, but until you sell it and make money on it, it's still just sitting there in your account. So keep that in mind. My wife keeps me on track with a lot of those things. Like, how much did you sell this week? Did you sell this and that? And it's like, yeah, actually we did. We actually made some good money and this and that. But all these are numbers until you actually can sell them and make some money on them. So keep that in mind for sure when you're looking at this and your eyes are starting to roll over with the dollar signs and it maybe looks amazing. One example of this is I have a Trae Young. Trae Young, it's a common Series 2, but it's number 6 out of, I think, 12,000 or 15,000. Number 6 overall. And everything up there was going for, I don't know, the high thousands. So, 9,000, 10,000, 20,000. We put it up for a steal at 4,000. No buyers. We dropped it to 2,000. Still on the market at this point. So, keep that in mind. Like, it may look great, number 6 overall and everything else. And, it could be worth, 5,000, but until you can get someone to buy it, that's one of the pitfalls that I think a lot of people, should be aware of. Like, make sure that, if you decide to sell, that you can, put it up for a decent price and you're not going crazy with listing it outrageously like some of these others. I'm sure this James Harden, if I click on this and we look at the highest ask here, I guarantee you $100,000 for the highest ask. And let's see. I want to say, lowest ask descending. It's number 4,251. So there's no way any of these are going to be getting going to be worth $100,000. It almost makes me kind of like, it kind of irks me a little bit when stuff like this. I mean, you can, obviously it's an open market. You can pose it for whatever you want, but it's like, come on, let's be realistic with this. I'm going to have the highest serial number. The highest serial number or lowest serial number is 35, and they're only asking 4,000 for it out of 10,000. That's a heck of a serial number. So those are the things that just to keep in mind and just see what the value is, market value is. Take, when you're trying to put these up for sale or you're trying to sell them, take a look at the serial numbers that are around yours, kind of like what we did with Kyle's Jason Tatum, and maybe take the average of the ones that are like above and below and see where yours falls. And, take that as kind of your guide when it comes to placing it for sale or buying. So that's always something you should keep in mind. So let me know if you guys have any more questions. Kyle, thank you for the questions in YouTube chat. Anyone else who is in any of our streams, feel free to say hi and drop any questions or anything along those lines. Definitely love to hear from all of you. We are going to be slowly winding down this stream here in the next few minutes or so. We're going to be trying to get any last minute questions in so that you can make sure those get answered, and I can get you any information you want. And then we're going to do another Top Shot special on, I want to say Sunday. So my co-host Scott, who's usually on the stream with me, we usually air on Mondays and Wednesdays. Sundays and Wednesdays. I'm sorry. I'm lying to you guys. Sundays and Wednesdays. We talk, usually Sundays, we're local here in Colorado, so we talk a lot locally when it comes to all of our sports here in Denver. And then we do kind of a national perspective on national scope on everything that's going on in the world of sports. We had a lot of fun doing some NBA tiers for power forward positions this past week. We're going to be hitting centers here soon. We got a lot to talk about when it comes to NFL free agency. We have a lot going on when it comes to the NFL draft, NFL free agency. We got March Madness. We're in March already, everybody. It's March 5th. So we're going to be doing our March Madness special where we're looking at all the regions when they release brackets, who's going to win, who our predictions are across the board, and we're going to have you guys help us out with those as well. We do a lot more than just some of this Top Shot and some of the little things locally. We do a little bit of everything. So appreciate all of you guys for being a part of this. And again, before we wrap up here, let me know again what questions you have. Again, if you're trying to get into NBA Top Shot, the Seeing Stars Challenge is going on, or Seeing Stars featured packs are going on. The next one's going to be available tonight at 5 p.m. Mountain Time, 5 p.m. Pacific Time, 6 p.m. Mountain Time. So that is going to be your chance to jump in on this. Now, you got to make sure that you can also create an account. Usually when they have these big drops, they disable the accounts signups, which they're still currently disabled here for you. So try to see if you can get in on those periodically to see if you can create an account and jump in. Maybe you pull a number 1 overall Luka or a number 1 James Harden, and all of a sudden you have a moment instantly. You spend $14 for this, and you have something that's worth, a few $1,000s potential. So there's a little gambling involved. There's a little bit of fun, collectible aspect involved, and it's definitely exciting if you haven't done it. That first pack you open, you're just like, there's nothing like it when it comes to collectors and being part of something that's growing and as hyped as it is. I think when I tried to get in on this pack drop this morning, I was one of 192,000 and 180,000 in line to get this pack. And there's only 60,000 available. So that just shows you how many people want these. And again, you can get some really, really solid return if you're looking to just make some money off of these. That's great. As mentioned, though, treat this as a fun thing. Treat this as a fun collector's, thing where you can just enjoy, being a part of it and having something that you can own, and any kind of money that you make out of it, is even a bonus at that point. That way, it's just you could treat it more of kind of a hobby, like it's supposed to be. That's what I think this is mainly supposed to be, is kind of a hobby. Anything else, stamp collecting or I don't even know if stamp collecting is still a thing. It could be. Who knows? I think my dad has some stamps sitting in a basement somewhere of my grandpa's stamps somewhere in our house or somewhere. I don't know. But, it's all meant to be fun. It's all meant to be, something you can own and have a good time with. And anything that comes on after that is a bonus. So treat it as such. Have a good time with it. I hope to see you guys. I really liked Kyle throwing in what he got in his pack. I want to do more of that, where I can get more of your guys' insights of what you guys pulled, because that's a lot of fun for me to check out and see, what you guys are getting. I mean, I was getting excited over that Jason Tatum, and it wasn't even mine. So keep collecting, keep having fun. Again, make sure if you're here and you're not following on any of our platforms, we are on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. Action Lab. I think we got Facebook figured out for the most part. No one was really chatting in Facebook. If you're in Facebook and you're chatting, feel free to just say hi and throw it in the chat just so I can see if that pops through on our stream chat, because that was something that we were trying to figure out last time that didn't end up working the way we wanted it to, and we've been kind of going through some technical issues, but I think we got that potentially resolved. So hopefully that's good to go for our Sunday show. But we hope to see you guys Sunday. It means a lot that you guys are just watching and jumping in on a Friday afternoon. We've had a lot of fun things going on in the chat, a lot of fun conversations when it comes to some of these Top Shot, all the hype around it. So thank you so much for being a part of it. I hope you have a fantastic rest of your Friday and a great weekend ahead. It was, All-Star weekend. Go out and watch some of the All-Star festivities for the NBA if you're a big NBA fan. And let me know if you see anything that might pop out to you. So thank you so much, and we will see you Sunday at 7:30. Or 7:30 Mountain Time, 9:30 Eastern. All right. Appreciate it, guys. Have a great night, and we will talk to you guys later.